roleplay heavy session, except for a little bit of combat when a certain someone decided to say hello to some very dangerous and annoying snails that were being
Mm-hmm.
formed by
I
the moonlight.
got my punishment for that. I almost cried thinking about Frankie, so it is okay now.
TPK. TPK.
After
TPK.
dealing with the minor annoyance that was the snails of transformed design, making your way back easily towards the cave and having a little bit of fun with the lord and lady, only to find out that, goddamn, they slept through possibly a literal war at some point in their damn lives. Then, when you are allowed back into the cave, you converse with the fair lady for quite some time over little bits and pieces of information. And up till now, the intrigue has only been more and more escalating until the point where Jack finally kind of popped the question of, so what the fuck do you know about the bestowed of the fallen? And while she expressed some knowledge, there was still quite a bit that she didn't know that you knew. To which Jack presented his little magical box, which you guys have. This is the first time you guys have actually seen him pull out this little box of any kind. You've seen him put it
This
away
is
after
No.
his show, but
this is the second time we've seen him use it.
Yeah, I pulled it out
you,
when they first met me.
yeah, during the performance.
Yeah.
But this is more of an up close and personal.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Like, you guys actually get to see the design of this box, where Volmer very easily you'd be able to see that written all around this box is just a ludicrous amount of symbols and arcane sigils of elven nature that include illusions, capture, and recording, which easily enough you can understand given that when Jack presses the small button on top of the case itself, replays the whole performance that he had before. Quick question, Jack, do you perform it or are you just
Oh,
explain the info?
100% perform it. 100%.
I feel like he's gonna like go all in, like even cast like a few spells to like.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Thaumaturgy, all that. The same shit. He's going to give the exact same performance he gave at the fucking tavern.
Yep. So as you take about a 10-foot step back, placing the box down and going through the entire performance once more, which is still a dazzling sight to see, nonetheless, when it comes to how in the hell this worked, especially Volmer, now you seeing that Jack is only partially casting these illusions. A majority of them are coming from the box itself, which is a little bit interesting, to say the least, when it comes to arcane measures. But regardless, it's a show you've already seen before, and while it isn't long, it is still repetitive at the end of the day. With the show coming to an end, all the illusions fading into the box itself, and you just see the fair lady herself has just been kind of very focused. Not exactly enthralled by the performance, but still at least has been giving it her attention. And when it comes to an end with Jack performing and bowing gracefully for his own performance,
Hell yeah.
you do see her just look very curiously and intrinsically towards you before kind of giving a glance towards the group. I dare say you humans do muddle legends for the theatrics quite a bit.
And how so?
For starters, it almost talks as though you speak of a hero, a goddess who, well, did right in the world.
Is this not true?
Depends on the point of view you'd wish to look upon it.
Hmm. How about your viewpoint?
Vanity runs deep within mortal coil, and one's belief can very quickly turn into obsession.
Hmm. So these champions she had, did they not perform these deeds?
Oh, they did. That and quite more.
How about you tell us? What happened back then?
I do not have first-hand accounts. I merely hear the tales that spread throughout the chaos and the grapevine of information.
Well,
What I do know is when the gods depart and a new one arises upon the mortal planes, it's very difficult not to hear or acknowledge such an event.
okay. Oh,
Astrid's dead.
You okay?
Hey. There she
That's
is.
better.
okay.
Space internet.
So what happened to this goddess?
Personally, I do not know. The only thing I do know about it is the day the Tails died was also the day Forest stood still, never to move again.
He's, did she say Faris?
Forest, which is the name of the perpetual moon.
Thought she said forest.
I'm sorry my accent is fucking shitty.
The moon.
The moon used to move then.
Oh, of course. I'm sure it's written in history somewhere upon your records that the two moons of Forest did not simply stand still because it wanted to.
Has Jack ever read anything like that?
Yeah, very easily.
Okay.
It is basically common knowledge, though completely unknown knowledge, as to why just one day the moon just stood still. It was moving, it was a simple construct of nature. It was two moons that rotated across the planet, but until one day after the god's departures, just locked in place, never to move again.
Hmm. Okay. And what
Space
happened with
internet is dead again.
right? What happened with these champions and such?
The same thing that happens when any snake loses its head. Scattered to the wind, perished, for history to forget or to muddle their story.
Hmm. Did some of these heroes end up not quite living up to the role?
I'm not quite sure what you mean.
Did the heroes turn villain?
As far as I'm aware, no. Alongside with their mother, they vanished.
Just vanished.
But
Okay.
as do many of you heroes do, you accomplish a great deed and you simply vanish. All great stories must come to an end, whether that be your demise or merely putting up your weapons.
Huh. And You said before that what she did was foolish. You
Tell
know,
me, if all the gods were gone, and you were the last one standing with nobody in your path, what would you do?
me personally, I'd have fun. I'd protect people. I'd read a lot.
Then perhaps you would have avoided that terrible fate.
What exactly happened to her then?
You know. It's theatrics, it's romanticized, but you know. She was born in a world of chaos, and she sought to fix it. Fix it, though, in a way that she saw how to fix it.
And how was that?
She created 5 weapons, did she not?
So you're saying she tried to be more of a dictator than a protector.
That would depend where you stand on the scale of morality and leadership. Quick note, both Jack and Volmer note that she said 5 weapons. The stories tell about 6.
Isn't one a cloak, though?
Mm-hmm.
A cloak's
But
not
there's
a
also
weapon.
a shield. And there's armor.
Yeah.
Those aren't weapons either.
That's fair. Like, half of the 6 weapons aren't weapons.
Okay. You say 5. What 5 were made?
Champions.
Yes, what items? What 5
Oh.
items?
She didn't create items. She created weapons. Loyal.
The champions were her weapons.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay. Did one wield a bow?
You tell me. You know the legends. I told you. It's not inherently wrong. Simply romanticized.
Because my story tells of 6. So that's why... Oh, fuck. Out of game. Fuck. She's being an evasive fucker.
She also said that she doesn't know anything concrete. She just heard info from across the grapevine.
So is the one who wielded the bow not one that she created herself?
I wouldn't know.
No? Okay.
I never met any of these champions. I never even met her herself.
Yeah. Also, are you a divine being yourself?
Not in the slightest. Divinity does not run through me. I am truly birth of nature.
In what sense?
You watch as she blinks, and in that moment, her eyes turn into a deep purple amethyst color, before blinking and reverting back to normal. A kind far beyond that of mortal coil.
I'm just gonna look past behind her towards the crystal. What about the form in there?
Make persuasion check.
First roll, 11.
You see her kind of glance back for a few moments before glancing back at you. My secrets are my secrets. But I'm glad to know you are perceptive enough to realize I'm not everything that I seem.
Just trying to understand this whole island and everyone on it. It's, interesting.
It is my domain. If not chaotic and unnatural, then I would have no right to call myself its owner.
Can I do an insight check on her calling herself a manifestation of nature?
Make an insight check.
Yeah, just
No clue.
no clue. Okay. So are you an actual humanoid, or are you something else?
Something else entirely. I'll at least tell you this.
Huh.
My kin would have ruled this planet, were it not for the gods, and were it not for their final acts.
Do I know what the fuck that means?
Make an Arcana or History check, your choice.
I think history fits in
Would
more.
would Volmir know too? Or
Go for it. Arcana or History, your choice. With a 27, Jack, you would know that when the gods departed, it was mass chaos. Elementals, dragons, monstrosities, everything were coming out of the woodworks to claim the land as their own. And when it came down to it, there was no argument that two of those groups would definitely be the winners if nothing would be done. The elementals and the dragons. Because the elementals were literal controllers of nature, and dragons were basically the destruction of nature as itself. Given the fact that this woman is not a clear manifestation of some sort of natural element, you can kind of piece together with a 27.
Mm-hmm.
She's talking about the draconic side of things.
And then at that point in time, I'm going to swap to Draconic and ask her, and how many people know of your true form?
And she would respond in draconic. Only the Lord and Lady. Very few are willing to accept being controlled by my kin.
That game, fucking Gem Dragon.
yeah, this specifically. I just find it funny how it's like dragons are supposed to be completely fucking extinct at this point, if I remember correctly. Like
Not
nobody's
extinct. Because that's the thing. No one, and you would know this also just as general information, no one knows what really happened to the dragons. But at the same time, no one knows where the dragons go to die, because hearing about a dragon dying from old age is literal myth lore. So what the fuck happened to them? Did they all die out of age? Doesn't make sense. Did someone go and kill all of them? Well, the dead bodies aren't anywhere, so where the fuck are they?
And yet, we found someone with the fucking statue with draconic energy in it, and a gem dragon.
Yeah, because
We're just lucky bastards.
I was about to say something that would have given something away.
Fuck, you should have.
I literally had to stop myself.
I'm gonna ask, still in Draconic. If you don't mind me asking, what were you called back in those times?
Make a persuasion check for that one.
Yeah. Fucking Christ.
With 15, she just smiles at you and rests her head upon her hands on the table. Maybe in time you shall earn that knowledge.
Fair enough. I just figured it would have been interesting to meet someone I might have read about.
I know you humans lost quite a bit from the divergence. My name probably being one of them as well.
But I've been very good at finding lost information. You kind of give her a wink.
I wish you luck.
Huh. Okay. Swap back to common again. How many people here actually speak Draconic?
I think you're the only one.
Yeah, not fucking me. Volmir's like looking at you two like, what the hell are you saying?
Oh, Darius, the Black Dragonborn, does. He's literally just been
Yeah.
very intently listening to you both, but he's clearly not answering.
Yeah.
Go
I
figure.
forgot about him.
Yeah, go figure. The Dragonborn knows fucking Draconic.
I love how it's a running theme for with Darius. We constantly forget about his existence.
I mean, same thing with Orhana, aka Torpedo.
No, we remember Torpedo because
I
Finoa.
love Torpedo.
Fair
Yeah.
enough.
We remember Torpedo. We don't remember this other motherfucker.
I would die for Torpedo. That is my buddy.
The Black Dragon might as well have stayed on the boat. We don't think about him at all.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, y'all don't.
He's cool when we remember him though.
He's an angry old man.
Yeah.
He's an edgelord trying too hard.
Right. So,
He is a Black Dragonborn, FYI.
yeah, right. Edgelord to the max. Built into the race. Gem dragons, were they typically good? Bad?
It is a mixed bag. Even Jack, and I would say with the 27, you would know that the dragon alignment when it comes to gems is extremely neutral. They are mostly territorial, and the only way to get them to side with one way or the other is to either convince them by a payment or convince them that their territory is at risk.
Okay. Huh. I guess I'll ask one last thing in Draconic. Were you one for trying to take over the void left by the gods? Or to maintain your own territory?
I think this island speaks for itself in that regard. And she winks at you.
Fair enough.
Finoa, it's going to cost you 10 million gold pieces, but you can do it.
I can raise that much. I will do it.
You laugh, but she probably will.
I mean...
Yeah,
You've given her a goal. She's gonna start like a fucking empire, like a tycoon.
Believe it or not, that has bit me back in the ass before. One of the other parties that I played through in this campaign, they were a guy who commonly went to the brothel, and one question that they asked, and I just jokingly said, it's like, I mean, if you pay them enough, you could probably buy one of the women, because he always went back to the same tiefling. I don't know what was the dude up with tiefling, but he always went back to the same woman with the tiefling. And jokingly I said, oh yeah, I'll give her up for 15,000 gold pieces. Like, a year and a half later, the motherfucker managed to actually pick up 15,000 gold pieces. And I was just like, why the fuck aren't you spending anything on this? And he went back for her, and I was like, well played, motherfucker. Well played.
Yeah, exactly. I haven't been buying anything anyways. I just buy small things for Frankie. That's it. I have nothing.
Jesus Christ. Holy hell.
Fino's gonna start like a fucking tycoon empire to get to befriend this dragon.
I very much will. Don't try me.
What would Fino even sell?
I don't know,
Herself.
but I'll sell you guys if I have to. I could sell myself.
Oh my
Fino
god.
sells her soul to make a dragon.
Yeah, like, not in a sex way, though. Just like, okay, pay me money, I will go kick their ass.
Yeah,
Not
mercenary.
Yeah.
Oh, Ashton's dead again.
I just died.
Space internet apparently is not good today.
Right. I'm gonna now go back to common. So what is up with the passage of time here?
Unforeseen circumstance. She kind of glances back at the gem. With the god's departures, balance was thrown off quite a bit. To the point that a lot of things have changed in time, including the effects of my domain.
So you yourself do not control the passage of time here.
I do, but only to a certain extent. Which, speaking of, if you desire to make it off of this island without losing that much time in the material plane, I suggest you depart before nightfall tonight.
So we are allowed to leave then.
I can arrange that to occur.
Okay. I'm also kind of curious. The Lord and Lady has said they have received many gifts staying here. What does that mean?
Personal interactions with me come with benefits, as does remaining on the island for as long as they have. Consider it this way. When you swim in a thick miasma, no matter what you do, it seeps into you, slowly but surely. And there are some crazy enough to willingly dive deeper and deeper.
So, what type of personal interactions are we talking here? Jack's gonna shoot her a wink.
How close is Wilmer to Jack?
Probably right next to him, if anything.
Can I give him like a slap on the back of the head, like jokingly?
Yeah.
Can I give him a high five?
Just reach over to fucking Finoa. Ow!
The two different reactions, yep.
What? Can't blame a man for trying. Look at her.
I knew you were going to say that.
I know you did,
Wow.
'cause
Ashford suddenly turns into a warforged.
Apparently.
Right?
I'm having internet problems.
Yeah, space internet is not being nice to you today.
Yeah.
Oh
But
my
she does
goodness.
laugh. And just simply goes, nothing of the carnal direction. Merely interactions. And boons.
Well, it's always on the table. Jack's gonna take a couple steps away from Volmer as he says that.
Wilmer
Towards the
contemplates
table.
seppuku.
towards Fanoa and the table. Oh, man.
But I do hope you take these insights and this information with you, and you hold on to it rather tight. I'm sure in the future, while my abilities to grant you these insights are not shared with me, I can only hope that this dive within yourself has shown you something.
Yeah. Now, I'm curious. Because I've pretty enjoyed this little trip here. It's been interesting. If we were to ever want to come back, is there some way we can do that easy?
A location found is rediscoverable by tracing your steps.
So I'd have to get on a ship and try to find the light in the water again.
I'll say I've had very rarely encountered those who desire to return to such an odd location such as my home, but it's not unnatural.
Uh, I mean, there's fun and interesting company here.
You don't look the wrestling type to me.
I mean, depends on the type of wrestling. Fanoa dancing, Fulmer flipping me off, Astrid shaking her head.
The piercing silence of disapproval.
Not disapproval, just disappointment.
I mean,
I
There's a
just have a
difference.
song stuck in my head.
that's fair. I picture Fanoa's like in character, just randomly dancing over there. Just.
Probably.
Oh God. Okay. I guess, unless anyone says otherwise, we probably will leave before nightfall.
I suggest you make haste, for as you have already learned, time is of the essence here.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's up, you late motherfucker? It's funny that
Hi.
that's the line they come back to. Time is of the essence.
Wait, did you tell your mom hi?
Oh, I did.
Thank you.
I mean, if you want to, Fanoa, you can ask.
I am gonna go restart my computer and see if that helps, cause this
Okay.
is bad.
Restart.
Good luck.
Restart the modem too.
Yeah. Unplug
I-
it for like 10 seconds and then replug it back
Yeah. Okay.
in. Good luck.
Okay.
But with that being said, I suggest taking your leave, unless you wish to be lost adrift in my realm, until time spits you out wherever it desires.
Okay, so can I walk over to her and look up and ask, "Hello, I have an idea for a weapon, but it would require some of the crystals. Would you mind if I took some of these crystals? I can pay you in a hug. Because I don't know if you need money."
She just looks down at you, giggles lightly, kind of goes, "You are free to take as many as you desire. However, you won't find much use of them as they are. At least not off of the island."
They're still really pretty though, so I appreciate it. Thank you. How many can I take?
How much can you carry? And she winks at
How
you.
much can I carry? I don't know. Question.
Your strength score times 15.
She's just gonna walk
God
out the
damn, 18. Alright.
giant middle crystal. She's just gonna grab it, pick it up, and walk out.
She's gonna be like hulking around a boulder of crystals.
Like
Yep,
400,
biggest one I can find. I want to take it.
410 if I'm not wrong there. No, I'm thinking of it incorrectly. I'm thinking of tens. Yes, I'm thinking of tens.
Is that 110 calculating for the stuff she's already holding?
No.
So Jack with a 10
Because you're
strength.
already carrying stuff. That has some weight to it too.
Yeah.
I'm not carrying very much. I have 22 pounds.
She
I
really
think.
isn't carrying all that much, actually.
See, this is what happens when you don't buy things.
She's
and you
only
save your
carrying
money.
80 pounds worth of stuff. D&D
Really?
Beyond, very helpful with that.
Jack's carrying more than that.
But when it comes to the biggest crystal, well, first off, she's standing in front of the biggest crystal. Second off, the biggest crystal, beyond that one, is bigger than literally the party.
The biggest one I would be able to take with me. Then.
Give me an investigation check. Well, as you kind of start looking around and trying to gauge how big these crystals are in general, you're trying to like gauge how much weight you can carry yourself, and you kind of settle on one that's just under your size, and you kind of judge that maybe you can carry this one on your own. How are you gonna get this thing out? Because pulling it is not gonna work this time around. Because that is a big ass crystal that is jammed into the earth.
Sit on it.
I don't have any tools. Can I smack it with my sword?
She's gonna punch it out of the fucking earth.
I'll just roll me an attack.
You're gonna destroy this crystal.
I like that everyone now is just watching. Fanoa has asked for this crystal, and now it's just looking at this one intently as she draws her great sword.
Oh, she's stabbing it? I thought she was just straight up punching it.
No, I don't know if I can punch it. I think a sword would work better.
Jack
As
too.
you guys watch her just wind up, and you just see the fair lady just give a cocked eye of just like, is this what she's doing? And Ohana's got a tilted head of like, is that gonna work? And Darius is just shaking his head. It's like,
Jack says to the fair lady, "Is this entertaining for you?"
I'm gonna be honest, I'm surprised she asked before she tried this.
I want to use my manners.
and as you watch just Fanoa just swing down onto the crystal, and you all just hear the echoing just ding, just go through the entire chamber as metal crashes into crystal, and the crystal is unfazed.
I like to imagine if Noah got like the Looney Tunes wobble.
Yep. And you just see the fair lady just kind of covering her mouth with a light laugh, and she just looks at Jack and goes, "It is now."
Oh, that's great. I'm just gonna pull out a little wineskin, pass it off to
Can
the
I
fair
roll it
lady.
again?
Make another attack.
Yeah.
As you guys watch, as Fanoa just spits in her hands, gets that extra grip in, and with another rising swing, pulls it down with all of her force. And you hear that echoing, reverberating crash of blade against gem once more. But it doesn't ring out just like before, as you just see just a minor, about half an inch, dug into the crystal with the blade.
She's gonna keep going.
I very much am, yeah. Do I just keep rolling?
No, we'll keep that up. Since I literally set the DC to 20 or the AC to 25, I did not expect you to get the 18 or 19 now.
Volmir's just gonna like facepalm and like put his head on the table.
So, hey Astrid, you came back to Fanoa literally great sorting a crystal the size of her, trying to break it out of the walls.
Great.
I have no tools.
Jax
She
by
did
the
ask for permission first, though. She was very polite.
Oh, okay. Do you want this crowbar?
Yes, and also no.
It's up
I
to
She
you.
don't.
says as she takes another swing at the crystal.
Jax next to the fair lady drinking a wineskin, just handing it over to her. We're just entertained.
Okay.
The fair lady does not take the wineskin.
More for me.
I wanted to talk to the fair lady now that I'm not a robot.
You can. As everyone is kind of just like partially watching Fanoa just goes like 1, 2, and just over and over again with the great sword. Hey,
Swing with your
Volmer.
back, not your arms.
Volmer, give me a intelligence check real quick, or a perception, your choice, one of the two. Just straight intelligence or perception. Varyl's silently tears.
I have advantage in perception, and just rolling flat intelligence is still better for me. Not that it mattered.
That
Nope.
one. All right, yeah. So, as you're all just kind of hearing the clanging, cracking sound of gem with blade, Ashton.
I wanted to ask you about what you showed me. Do you know what the crystal showed me?
Unfortunately, I do not. I can grant visions, but I do not witness them myself.
The visions that you grant, they're true?
Indeed. Though sometimes rather vague, encrypted. All true. Or at least, unless you want to prove me wrong.
I don't know you. But I think what I knew, or thought I knew, wasn't true. And I think that I've been lied to. And it's making me realize that maybe things are not as bad as I thought they were.
He kind of turns to face you proper and gives you a more sincere and gentle look compared to the very refined and formal gaze she has this entire time. The things that I show are not universally known. While I have imparted you knowledge, do not expect everyone to share in that knowledge. And with the seed that resides within you and your lack of knowledge, it's merely my presumption. But I think it better you ask questions before losing faith.
Okay.
Use that mortal curiosity of yours.
I guess I have to take a trip home then.
Take it at your pace. You have a mortal life. Around that time is when you guys start to hear the crack against the blade and the gems start to go louder and louder as Fanoa's just full on going at this crystal. And it isn't until... Make a roll for that one, actually. It's about 5 or so minutes of just swinging and going for it, one after another, that you eventually just hear the... As you see the spider go down a large amount of the crystal, before eventually Fanoa, with one last heaving strike, bring down the greatsword to crack it from the wall, and you just hear the loud just impact onto the cave floor. As the crystal, while pretty damaged, is still intact.
I can still use it if it's damaged. Am I just gonna be like carrying this the rest of the time?
That's on you how you want to carry this. You can literally just go heave it from the ground, or you have some method to turn it into a backpack.
You know those little things that people like carry their babies in, like on them. Stop trying to get my sandwich.
The baby
like
carriage?
Yeah, no,
Oh,
no,
wrap?
like
A bindle.
yeah, the
The
wrap
sling?
thing.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
sling. I want
Yeah.
a sling.
That's also a bindle.
Can I make a sling somehow? Because
Do
I
It's
you
just a
have
really
have
long piece
anything-
of cloth.
Do you have anything to do this with? Because this thing it's just slightly smaller than you.
I have some clothes.
You're
That's not
probably
long
wearing
enough.
those. I'm gonna hand you some rope.
I have 3 pounds of Oh, I also have rope and silk.
Give me a... The fuck would this be?
Jack's gonna offer up. You want me to tie that to you?
Give me a survival check with advantage, since you're getting help with people here.
I don't say. You know Jack's good with rope.
Motherfucker.
As
I'm
everyone
so
is...
done with this today.
So as everyone's kind of offering aid here, and Jack is working his skill with rope, Finoa is constantly trying to make this more complicated than it needs to be. And it's a little hard also, given the fact that Finoa is small, and this crystal is about the size of her, that when it comes down to it, it works. But Finoa, you are classified as over encumbered, while this thing is on you.
I'll take it. It's worth it. Baby crystal, let's go.
Jesus.
Can I draw a face on it?
Oh my god.
By the way, to remind you what over encumbered does, your speed is in half, and anything physical, meaning strength, dexterity, and constitution, are at disadvantage.
I'll allow it. Can I
think,
name it Ted and draw a face on it?
I think you also lose the movement speed from Barbarian?
I
Or is that just
don't
monk?
know. That's actually a good question. Does that go poof upon
I think
being
it does for
over-encumbered?
monk.
That's actually something to look into, because Fanoa might be slower right now.
It's okay, I think I was faster than most of the people in the party anyways.
Nope, it's just armor.
Okay.
Also, well, Vero, when you said, like, you could possibly help, this thing is so shabbily done that undoing this means you're gonna have to do it all over again. So this is not something that Fanoa can just take off her head and put it on you. It is straight up, you need to undo all of this and then redo it all again. Also, just to remind you here, Varel, This is Fanoa trying to carry something that she can carry, or I guess he can carry, with an 18 strength. You're running a 14, which is still good, but that's a lot of extra weight that you can't carry. But with Fanoa now having this haphazard baby sling thing with the crystal, which she pulls out a little bit of ink that Dalmar lets her borrow just for a couple seconds to start drawing a face on it for whatever reason. As the fair lady just is smiling the entire time just at this whole event.
Real quick, these cap spell crystals, they're not found elsewhere in the world, are they? These are like new to here, aren't they?
Are you asking me or asking her?
You.
Give me a history check. 24. It's not so much that they are new as much as these crystals are impossibly rare. There is scriptures and texts that talk about crystals that can capture magic. But when the gods departed and history was woefully burned away for a grand number of things, the only thing that was left was people talking about these crystals and what little information they could pass down as secondhand knowledge. And when it came to where they grew and how they came to be, that information was long gone.
Okay. And that scientist dude, we didn't have any research notes on like how he finished that process.
No, it
To refine
seems
it.
to be that he started the process, succeeded, tried again, and perished upon his second attempt for whatever reason.
Okay,
He probably tried to talk to snails.
probably. With that being said, when we leave, I'm gonna fill my backpack.
The crystals?
Yes.
Give me a strength check. This is you going through, breaking all these, or digging them out.
Can I have Fanoa do it and I assess Fanoa?
But Noah is heavily encumbered, but
Yeah, I was gonna ask if I could help, but I wasn't sure if I could because the giant crystal.
Then who else is strong in this group?
I'm not even kidding when I say I think Veril is the next strongest.
Yeah, y'all are weak.
Yeah. Farrell, you want to
Yeah.
help me? Or I help you?
I mean, I don't have any reason to not.
I appreciate it.
I have a crowbar. You can borrow
Yes.
it.
I also got a pickaxe. So between both of those, and Veril doing it,
Are you helping Veril, or are you just making Veril do it?
I'm helping Veril.
Okay, so Veril, go ahead and give me a strength check at advantage. So roll twice, and we take the higher.
Yeah. And like I plan on going with like the smaller crystals like I had gotten before, so I can get more of them.
Mm-hmm. And with a 20, it does take some time to start to collect as many crystals as possible. What is your carrying capacity right now?
I have no clue.
Jack. Oh, you've got a flat 10, so you've got
Yeah.
150 pounds that you can carry. So you can, and you're sitting at 106. You can carry up to
Which-
50 more pounds of crystal.
Should be lower than that. I mean, because I had like 30 rations on me that I know I am not carrying that many rations. That shit would have been on the ship.
You have 13 rations on you.
In my backpack, there was like 30 almost.
No, it's
Shit.
13. I'm looking at it right now.
Oh, I just deleted them.
Which, by the way, that is something that I'm in a Friday game. One of the players, they realized a super good use for that is make a second inventory of shit that you left behind.
Yes.
Literally just get a backpack, just rename it as my home apartment or something, and just fucking slot everything you want to leave behind in there. It's
Yep.
actually really smart. That way you can be like, I still have these items, I just don't have them on me right now. In case you ever like want to leave behind, say, a giant fuck off crystal. And don't want to forget you have said giant fuck off crystal.
Yeah.
How come whenever you emphasize something's size, you always just add fuck off to it?
Just fuck off.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why I use crap ton.
Yes. I do fuck ton.
I
Also
switched between
a
fuck
good
off
option.
and fuck on, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna let someone else hold on to my miner's pick, which will get me down to 61 pounds, and I'm gonna fill the rest up with crystals. Because a lot of that's just my armor, sadly.
Yeah, I
Weapons.
mean, but it's still part of your person.
Yeah, so... I'm gonna
God
tell-
damn, how the fuck did you drop down to 61? Jesus.
I'm pretty sure what you were looking at was a little bit off, or as I was deleting or something, because I had like
No,
30.
I mean, yeah, because it doesn't automatically refresh instantly. I
Yeah.
have to refresh the page.
It was like
to
26
let you
pounds from the rations that I had, or something like that.
Yeah, but you were at 106, so the fuck else did you get rid of?
I had 10 torches that I know I don't know why I had 10 torches. Those are a pound each. So I got that down to 1. Because, yeah, I have light, I think, as a cantrip, so.
Even more pointless.
Yeah, so, fuck it, even get rid of that 1 torch. So there.
Jack, do you want me to add your miner's pick to my inventory?
Yes, please.
Because I'm only carrying 22 pounds right now.
Jesus Christ.
Whoa. Do you have your backpack equipped? Because you do have to equip your backpack.
I have to do what now?
When you go to your inventory, where backpack is, there is an equip button.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
I always forget that backpacks technically have a carrying limit, but we
Yeah.
Skyrim this shit, so fuck that.
Oh shit, I gotta drop some things.
Are you over encumbered?
Apparently, I don't even know by how much. How do you get carry weight again?
Strength times 15. If you literally click on weight carried, it will literally pull out your total.
I am 22.5 pounds over what I should be carrying.
But I can still drag 300 pounds.
Can.
Yes.
Ashton can drag 30 more pounds than Jack can.
Yeah.
Yeah, because her strength is +1, isn't it? Yeah, her strength is...
Yeah.
No, her strength is just 1 up. Dragging is literally just, it's strength times 30.
Yeah. Which...
Versus carrying, so you can carry 15 times your strength, you can push up to 30 times your strength.
Yeah. Push, drag, so fucking pull, just straight up pulling it from the cave.
Yeah.
I'm almost tempted to do that.
But
That's a lot of crystal,
as
though.
you're working on this, and everybody's now double checking their inventories to make sure they're not overweight as fuck. Eventually, as you're getting through, and it's about at the 20-ish pound point of these crystals, is when you just hear an echoing voice from afar, kind of just go like, "Hey, you guys never gonna leave the island or what? Sun's about to set."
Yeah, we probably should go.
Let's fucking zoom.
Yeah.
Digging crystals, this is not a short process.
Even with all of us working on it. Okay. 20 pounds. I can take my pick back, I guess.
Okay, I literally just added that. Cool.
I gotta use the restroom. I will be right back.
No, it's not allowed.
Backpack. And then I'll just put down custom item.
Yeah, just do 20 pounds of cap spell crystals.
Yeah.
Wait, how much does mine weigh?
Yours? Look at how much you can carry yourself. God, for Noah, 540 fucking pounds. Ridiculous.
Right.
You're only carrying 80 pounds right now. I would say that yours is currently sitting at 500 pounds.
Got it.
Fen is big strong. Fen is very big strong.
God damn it! I normally put a note on everything that I get,
Mhm.
and I have something in my inventory labeled magic mushrooms. I don't remember which one they were.
I'm pretty sure you sold those.
Well, no, we had
No,
the.
you sold one of them. It was the mushrooms from the dungeon
Yeah,
that
was it?
apparently now spread incredibly fast. With
'Cause I
Aurelia.
kept.
You sold one. You sold one to Gorbil, and he potted it and planted it in 2 days. He said that he had enough to start making experiments, which knocked him out for said 2 days because he ate one of this size.
Yeah. Okay. So I couldn't remember if it was that one or the other one. Actually, the other one I think it was Corveus had that. Never mind. That's right.
Yeah, those are flowers. Also,
Well, no,
I'm
there's
pretty sure you're thinking of flowers.
there was flowers, and then there was mushrooms that were. Oh no, that was Jack. I just had multiples of it. That's right. Never mind. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. So
Yeah, I think you got like 4 mushrooms. I think.
something like that.
Yeah, I just know for a fact that you did sell one.
Yeah. I might go
So then
sell
you-
some more to that fucker.
Okay, are we getting off this island?
Yeah.
So as
Yeah.
you guys are taking your leave, and the Lord and Lady shut the cave itself. And as they begin to lead you back to the coast where you guys were, after Orhana and Darius very easily expressed where exactly that was you guys actually landed, they do give you a fair warning. Now, when you approach the wall, just keep going. Don't touch anything, don't do anything. And if you fall asleep, don't worry about it.
Okay. Touch
We're
everything.
gonna have a 5-person squad on holding Fanoa down. That or one torpedo.
I think we could let
I mean,
Torpedo
I-
take it.
I don't think it'd be that difficult because I still have the giant crystal too.
Yeah.
And if
That's probably
torpedo.
holding me down enough.
Which, by the way, because of Fanoa having that crystal and having to, like, just half speed the hell out of this, by the time you get to the coast, you see the sun already on the brink of setting. You just see it slowly but surely ticking away. Your fence just waddling away. Then he waddled away. Got it.
Waddle, waddle.
Thank you.
Till the very next day, bum ba dum bum.
Bum, bum, ba-dum.
Okay.
So glad I'm not the only one who knows that.
So if that's the case, because this has been a new day since the snails, then
Yes. Dawn would have passed, yeah, so, yeah.
if it seems like we were taking too long to get down to there, Jack would have probably morphed into the ape and carried Fanoa.
Okay. What's the strength of the ape?
Should be like 26 or something like that.
Okay, then yeah, that's fine. As long as at
23.
least 20.
Yeah, 23.
23, okay, yeah, that's perfectly fine.
That's what I should have done. Is turned into the fucking ape and just started like smashing crystals out.
Probably.
Yeah. Whatever.
Would have been a hell of a lot faster.
Yep.
But as you get there with the sun setting in the sky, having a fair bit of time to cast off and make way, And while you do get some curious glances from the Lord and Lady looking at Finoa being manhandled by a giant ape with a crystal the size of themselves just on their stomach.
Ugh.
The boat ride is slow. Mostly for the fact that Finoa, with an extra 500-pound weight on them, sinks the boat just enough where occasionally the lapping waves splashes some water in, forcing you guys to kind of take it a little bit on the slow side, unless you want to start taking in more water. But eventually, with the sun cresting onto the horizon in the distance, and the men of the ship taking arms and helping everybody on board, literally telling Finoa to stay on the dinghy, and they will lift them with the dinghy, because there's no chance in hell they're going to lift a 500-pound crystal just for Finoa's sake.
Well, fuck y'all too then.
We'd like to keep our backs not broken, thank you. But
Did you
eventually-
name the crystal already, Fen?
Yeah, I named it a while back. Why'd your face on it?
I say you named it Ted, right?
Yeah.
Yep. I was like, I wasn't sure if I heard that correctly or not. Damn green strength thing.
Yeah.
Oh, they both have like little noodles. What the fuck?
Yeah, like I saw Finoa playing with it earlier, then all of a sudden now Ash was playing with one. I was like, how the fuck did you get... Wait a minute.
They just reach into each other's screens and
Yeah, exactly.
What the
Power of
fuck?
friendship.
What the fuck are those?
Fidgets?
Oh my god.
Fidget, a
They're
fidget
like
war. I think they're fidget
stretchy,
snakes.
rubbery things.
I
Okay.
think they're literally just called fidget snakes.
They're noodles.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're a thing.
Sorry, just
They're
random.
great. My mom got them for
I have
my
a
brother.
cat too.
You have a cat?
In all fairness, I have a fidget cube. I just don't use it for D&D because I'm already busy enough as it is.
I have a fidget cube around here somewhere too. I don't know where it's at.
I had a spinner for a bit.
Oh, it's right here.
Is that a cat in a potted plant mug?
That's fantastic. I have cat sticky notes in a box.
Oh my god.
Oh, we're not bunch.
Just a little bit.
As everyone is...
I think Fanoa wins because she has like 11 real cats living in her backyard.
Only 11? Those are rookie numbers. You gotta step up those numbers.
I don't want to step up those numbers.
We had 40 at
They
one
poop
point in
to my
time.
plants.
Step up your cat army.
Yeah,
You
we had
can't
40 at
win.
once.
The Armada must be prepared.
Yeah, we never had a bird problem or a mouse problem or a mole problem or a...
Anyways, as everyone is on the ship, I have no idea what that was, Ashrin, because the
Money.
glint couldn't let us see it well. With everyone on the ship, and Orhana and Darius expressing some interesting adventures upon the island, with the captain approaching the party, asking very simply, "Are we ready to depart, then?"
Yes, quickly. Towards the wall. And don't stop. Don't touch anything either. Just keep
Rather
going.
contradictory. All hands, make for the wall, whatever direction that be. And as you watch, as everyone just scatters to get to work, and shifting the direction, aim directly for the wall. Everyone, give me a perception check real quick.
TPK.
Earl's the only one who got it.
We're gonna get eaten by her fucking pet.
We are.
as you guys are making your way towards the wall, and eventually the captain, feeling set with the direction they are going, you all hear him look at you, Jack. All right, all hands off everything. Do not touch a thing. Correct?
That's what she said. Just go to the wall and don't stop. Were you trying to say something, Vero?
Yeah, okay, so, I don't know if you guys see it, but, see, there's this, like, thing that has been trailing the ship. It's getting bigger the closer we're getting to the wall.
A what?
I can't fully see what it is. A shadow?
I'm gonna go
Girl
look.
sounds like they're drowning.
Right. Go back and look.
And
Is this bad?
partially? But as Jack, you go to the back of the ship to try and look to see what's there. Go and give me another perception check.
Fucking Christ.
Try looking into the water, and as you try to focus on what's there, in that moment, as Vero goes to point it out to you, you all experience that flash of light that encompassed you all before. And while this time, you feel yourselves being overtaken by that light once more. And you feel that darkness encompass you. You don't feel yourselves go unconscious. As within a few moments later, you reopen your eyes. And you just see a brilliant dark sky with gleaming stars. And the moon of Forest, where it once was. And Vero, where you point out to Jack, or at least we're trying to point out, the both of you just notice one long, almost tentacle-esque limb just seeping into the water.
Fuck. Was it a kraken? Did it look like a goddamn kraken tentacle?
Make a nature check.
I'm more scared of aboleths.
Nature check. Plus
15? Hard to tell, but you can tell that the tentacle didn't seem big enough to be a kraken. Maybe it was a young kraken, maybe it wasn't, but didn't perfectly fit the knowledge of krakens that you have.
I was like, oh, fucking Christ. Okay. That's creepy. Oh, God.
But
Gotta zoom back in.
as you guys come back to seemingly consciousness back in the water, calm, and you feel the breeze of air hit you all as you stare at the star-filled sky, and you see the moon just standing there, not moving in the rate of which it used to before. You immediately start to hear the cheers of the men on the ship, all kind of congratulating all one another for just surviving, just making it through whatever the hell that was. Until you hear the elven captain call out, "Stow the celebration, men! We can celebrate at Calfort! All hands, make haste!" And with sails fully dropped and you all lurch forward into the water, you do hear him mutter to himself a little bit as he kind of passes you all and he goes, "Oh, we'd better not be late. I'll have my ass for it."
Yeah. Sorry about that.
I do hope you found something worth the trip.
Information. Not much else on that island. Except for history. Lots and lots of history. Like Hold on. Let's see if I find it. Where the fuck is my...
As Finoa runs up and just says, "And cool crystals." You see his eye cock at that and goes, "Crystals, you say?"
I
Like,
mean,
that's
yeah.
not merely some rock that you found and held on too tight, but an actual, genuine artifact of sort.
It's a crystal.
Yeah, no, actually, I washed up on the beach, I stepped on it, and then I took it.
Make a deception check. Please don't add 20 this. Okay.
Honestly, let's be real for a sec. Does that sound out of character for Fenella, though?
No, it doesn't.
No. Did she get
I just
advantage
would've
because I
loved
was
it.
helping with that a little bit too?
No, because there was no talk about a crystal just on the beach. Also, it very visibly looks like it's cracked off.
Yeah.
Huh. Well, I do hope where the beach was, you collected some more of these to compensate for the delay. And it's not like he's trying to be conniving here. It's more like he's trying to get something to cover his ass when they make port.
I'm about to walk up and be like, Fanoa, don't move. I'm going to take out my dagger and start chipping away at the bottom where she cracked it all and get a bunch of little chunks off of it.
Give me a dexterity check. Let's see how this goes.
He rolls a nat 1 and stabs
Nope.
himself and
Nat
Finoa.
20.
Oh, okay.
I
And
love
a
it.
nat 1.
And a nat 1, yeah.
Yeah. Those rolls are always the best.
I know.
It takes time. It takes a long time. As you are just carefully chipping at the very specific spiderings that are going on. How much, like, of the bottom are you taking off?
Maybe like an inch.
Okay.
If he wants
And as
more,
you just-
he's got to argue with Fanoa about it. That's hers.
I will stab a bitch for my cool crystal. Cool giant ass crystal.
As you continue to chip away at it. And it takes time, as a lot of the men at this point have just been running around making sure that everything is okay, making sure they're set in the right direction. And you hear the Golden Dragonborn calling out and making sure that nothing is amiss. Meanwhile, the captain is constantly just watching this process happen in front of him until eventually you start to get to a point where you can feel you can jam the dagger in just enough, and with one good just hit of the back, you just watch as the entire thing just kind of pops off, and you catch it before it crashes into the deck.
Does it
I
make
just
like a
have, like,
nice clean cut now for Fanoa at the bottom?
It's not perfectly clean, but it definitely looks like much smoother, nowhere near as jagged,
There we go.
and looks more properly as though you might have pulled this out from the earth as a natural formation of some kind.
There we go. I'll hand the other piece over to the captain.
He takes it. It still has some weight to it. A fucking plate that big, that thick. It's still got some hefty weight to it. Interesting. Might I ask what these cool crystals do, if you know?
Not 100% sure. There was some dude experimenting with it on that island. He died though. Are you familiar with Lexor, the great and mighty alchemist of Farron?
See an eye cock at that. Before you hear one of the men kind of perk up and goes, "You're talking about Alexa, the guy who went missing?"
Yeah, like what, 70 years ago?
More than that. I'm pretty sure his books are that old, if not more.
Didn't I, with my history check, get that he, it was 70 years ago he went missing from...
Yeah, this guy sounds like he's talking out of his ass.
Okay, yeah. Okay. I was just gonna look at him and be like, "Shut up." Go back talking to the captain. So, have you heard
They
of
can
him?
absorb magical energy.
Interesting. Well, I'm sure we can arrange compensation with this. Someone take this down below. My arms are getting tired. As he hands it off to one of the crewmates to put it below deck.
Sorry, I kind of just jumped in there, but like,
I don't know if that varies on size. That's why I didn't say anything. I don't know
I'm
how.
sure we'll find someone to appraise it and find use of it. Quite a lot
Yes,
of gems and rings can be made from there.
it is very pretty material, at least. It's also rare, so that should be of
Well,
interest.
until then, I suggest taking care of that one. Points at Fanoa. Just has a heavy sweat on them from having to constantly carry this overweight crystal on them.
There's no taking care of that.
You got yourself some rest? Hopefully, come sunrise, we shall be at the docks.
Yes, and I would recommend if you ever find yourself around Beezalok, my family might be interested in that. Probably make some good coin off of it.
Unfortunately, I stay within the divide.
Fair enough.
But perhaps, maybe, I can send an envoy.
That too. I can tell you they would probably be very interested in it, to say the least. You'd probably pay a good chunk of money for it. Probably more than your average shop around these parts. Oh my god.
The pregnant waddle. But as each of you are given the opportunity to relax better now that that whole endeavor is gone and dealt with one last leisure ride upon the sea water. Can you take out
It's
Frankie? It is
nighttime.
nighttime. It is nighttime.
I'll take him out tomorrow if it's sunny then.
But as you all get yourselves a good rest before at long last having yourselves wake up to the loud sounds of footfalls across the deck and several people just calling out to one another before the voices start to get louder and louder and ring through as each of you waking up in the morning very easily can hear the sounds and noises of a lively town hard at work as you all arrive at long last at Calfod. Why is that sound effect going off? That shouldn't be the right sound effect.
Also, how the hell do you turn off the bloop for chat in Roll20?
I don't know, and I don't know if you can.
It never goes off for me. I don't hear that.
Really? It always goes off for us.
I wonder if I
Every
just
damn time.
mute the audio. No. Text chat options. Enable background and chat sounds? Try that. Someone type something. There it goes. Okay, I turned it off. Yeah, if you go to text chat options and enable background chat sounds, unclick that.
God fucking damn it, Noah.
docks? Ooh, buddy. Is that like the red light district?
There we go.
Why is that where your mind goes to, Jack?
I mean, it's the hot dogs.
Is that really that much of a surprise, though? Is it really?
No, but still. Disappointed, but not surprised.
What else would the hot dogs be?
I mean, I know the reason why. It just wasn't that. I just knew that was gonna happen, though. Because let's be honest, that was gonna happen.
Is that where the docks are? Like, just the actual docks?
Well, there's two docks. There's the soldier docks and the hot docks, but still. Which
Yeah.
you guys are currently at the hot docks. As you see several ships all waiting their turns to dock and to drop off their equipment. You see that it is beyond busy. There's like just a sea of people, each carrying equipment, just handling one thing after another. And it is chaos beyond belief. And yet somehow in ordinance, in some manner, as you all arise to the men all calling out to one another on getting ready to dock themselves. But unless anybody wants to do anything before the ship is pulled in and tied off, and instantaneously, without hesitation, you see men put down the ramp, and they begin to make their way up to start unloading equipment, to which most of the crew all are assisting in just taking it from the bottom of the deck and just passing off crate and barrel, equipment, everything. To which the captain would approach you all and just simply say, "Well then, it was a lovely adventure, with some shocking twists here and there. We are late by about a week or so, but thankfully that is nothing grandiose in the grand scheme of things."
So we still had time lost on that island.
Indeed. However, nowhere near as much as it would have normally, as it would seem that Darius has explained to us. There's quite a bit that happened on that island, I hear. But it is on you to share that information if you desire.
How long of a trip would it have been to get from where we were at to finish here? Was it just one day or like 1 or 2 days?
What do you mean?
Like, where we appeared in the water, how long would it take to get to Calfod? Was it just a day?
Half a day, yeah.
Okay, I probably would have told him pretty much everything that happened out there.
Okay.
Just to be straightforward with him. I mean, most of it was just information based.
And there would be some mass confusion there about what in the world all of that is. But at the same time, there's very much an acknowledgement that that place was fucking weird to begin with.
I probably would have held
Only-
back the information of her probably being a dragon and left it more as the island's deity.
Mhm.
But other than that, yeah.
Nonetheless, it was quite the adventure. I'm giving you guys a wink.
One hell of a story, huh?
Do make sure to take your belongings. We will be departing soon, regardless. But until then, it was a pleasure doing business with you. And I do hope you enjoyed your ride.
Oh, very much so. It was fun.
You want to go talk to her one last time?
Can we keep her?
Wow.
Are you saying that to the captain, or are you saying that to God?
Or are you saying that's a torpedo?
Or are you saying
Yeah,
that to the
torpedo
torpedo?
herself.
Literally just walks to the torpedo. Can we keep you?
Okay, I'm not gonna ask the captain, because she does not belong to him, and that would be disrespectful.
As far as you know.
True.
Respect a woman you don't know the name of.
Well, yeah, because none of you have ever heard her name. She's
I
never
made a
said it.
pickup line.
She's never said it. No one's ever asked.
I know it in
Darius
my
did.
soul.
Darius called
Did he?
her Ohana at least one, or the captain did. One of the. I know it's been said once.
That's probably
That's
Darius
where
on
we
the
learned it in the
outside.
first place, and that's where Fen got the
Well,
Ohana.
We learned it from the
Pick up
rolls
on.
too.
Yeah, you learned it from the
Yeah.
rolls because it says the names on the roll.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna waddle up to her with my giant crystal and
Yeah.
ask if we can keep her.
Yep.
Super question: Did you go to sleep with that crystal, or did you take it off and then redo everything again when she woke up?
I imagine like I laid it on the ground while it was still wrapped on me. I slept on top of it.
Give
Like,
me a
just
Constitution
awkward
check,
rolling.
because that's not a comfortable sleep.
Ooh, damn.
So
Oh, lots of fun. Now you got a natural one. I mean, it was
know,
only like a half-day travel, though, wasn't it?
it was only half-day travel. But it is a natural one.
Actually, did you even go to sleep if it was only a half-day?
I'd imagine carrying a 500-pound crystal around would make you pretty tired.
Yeah.
So probably.
Give me a Constitution saving throw. This will determine how bad this is. Insane. So, you've had your rough nights. There's no getting around that. There's always been that night where you kind of just slept either on a bunch of boulders and other stuff like that. But this was sleeping on a rocking boat on a crystal that is not at all meant to be slept upon. So you do take a point of exhaustion. So just go into active conditions, I believe is what it's marked as. Yeah, add active conditions, and at the very bottom there is exhaustion. Just go ahead and mark that off. Hey. And if I remember correctly, that doesn't do that much. It just gives you disadvantage on all ability checks, regardless. So you are rejuvenated in the sense of you did sleep, but you got a crick in the shoulder, your back don't feel good, and you could really use a good bed at some point.
You know what? If I can deal with that as a human being, Fanoa can deal with that. She'll be fine.
Jesus.
Doesn't that mean you get disadvantage on throws in general?
Everything, except for, or sorry, any ability checks. So any ability checks are disadvantage. They are, most of them are anyways, because you're carrying the crystal, but still.
Including your
So
charisma check.
you're going up to Torpedo. What are you saying and/or doing?
Can we keep you? I think you're cool. You help us not.
Can Wolverine just like stand at a distance and watch this?
Yeah.
Oh, we're all watching this.
I was gonna say everyone just watched as everybody else is gathering up to
Disembark.
to get off the ship, and then you just start watching Fanoa just start waddling her way over to Orhana, and just starts with, "Can we keep you?"
Is the captain still there? Next to me talking?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
pull up my wineskin, take a sip, hand it to him.
You do actually watch him, like, he takes a moment, but he does, like, take it, and just takes a, thank you.
This is gonna be entertaining.
Give me a persuasion check for Noah.
Wait. Is
It's
with
a
disadvantage?
disadvantage, isn't it?
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah, ability check, disadvantage, yes. Oh.
Here comes the nat one.
I hate you.
Still good, damn.
Whatever God is watching over this game.
Oh my god, that was funny as fuck.
God. Can Can Wilmir cast Enhance Ability on her when he realizes what she's gonna do?
After
To
the
give her
fact, yes. So this roll would not be counted in there, but if you want to do it now,
I'll do it now.
is enhance ability range or touch? That's the big question.
Mm,
I think it's touch.
did I get rid of it? No, I got it. Touch.
It is touch. So you'd have to walk up to her to do this. Volmer, stop looking for your item being sold. It's not going to be sold.
Actually, it was. So I'm popping off. Anyway, yeah. Actually, no, never mind.
You're not going to go up and get in that conversation?
No, I am not fucking with that.
Well, with the 16, you do see that Orhana is busy with work, but then she kind of just goes like, "Hey, cover for me. Can you more properly explain what you mean by keep me?"
Fuck, I didn't think I'd get this far.
Okay, just word it better as like, come with us. Like,
Imagine knowing how to do that. Okay. You should come with us on our adventures. I think you'd make a good addition. That's the word, to the party. Why roll?
Give me another persuasion check. At disadvantage, because
Jack was rolling to see if he was gonna go help.
Mm-hmm.
yeah. With a 9, she smiles. I'm not one to turn down a little bit of excitement here and there, but I'm not gonna lie. That island was something else. And, well, let's just say my excitement is with the sea. You fell overboard after all on the first day we set sail. That kind of thing that gets me off.
Mm.
Have a boomerang? What the fuck?
I have a boomerang.
Where the fuck did you get a boomerang from? That's not even
I
like
have
core
no
to D&D,
idea.
isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Boomerangs
I
aren't
thought there
D&D. I'm questioning where the fuck you got a boomerang. Why do you have a boomerang?
Where have you
I
been
don't
hiding
know, I
said
was looking to see if I had like a rock, and I saw a boomerang. So I was like, okay, that could be cool.
As you, like, reach into your backpack and pull out the boomerang to hand it off to her, she looks curiously and just kind of... I suppose something to remember you by.
Ashrin's gonna step up and say, I think what Fanoa is trying to say is that she really likes you and she will miss you. Is there a way that we could keep in touch?
Oh, you know the ship I sail on? We stick to the divide pretty much entirely. If you're ever in need of transport, or if you're ever in need of, well, just some humble conversation and a story here and there, you can always find us in Scaff or Rear Vape. Or wait a couple days until we arrive at either one. I'm sure my captain will always be willing to take you on.
I think Fanoa would be willing to take you on. Jack's just sitting there with his fucking flask.
Like the door?
The captain would at that point just pinch his ridge of his nose and like,
Just gotta give him that little elbow nudge.
oh, this is not
I
happening
need to
with
get a
my own
club, and I'm
crew."
gonna call it the Horny Club to smack you for things like this.
I love this party.
As you nudge him, he just kind of looks at you and goes, You travel with interesting company there, Mr. Alltrade. I'm sure there's never a dull day
Oh,
in that life of yours.
absolutely not.
I
This
have
is better
matters
than
to
court
take care
any
of.
day.
I hope you would handle this carefully, Orhana, as he starts walking off, getting out of that situation.
As he probably should after a fucking comment like that.
But she would laugh. That's why she has the comment of it all, and goes, "Yeah, well, they can get in line with all the other men who'd have a piece of me."
Yeah.
I take it
what
you're
you
one of
don't
them?
know,
He gives the wink.
Orhana,
Yep.
is that Fanoa isn't really a man.
I was just about to say that.
Oh yeah, I have
Look.
titties. They're
Yeah.
just gone right now.
Yeah.
You used to have.
Just them to Volmir.
Cursed pool of water, I was turned into a woman. She was turned into a man.
That'd be one hell of a story.
Stories that I think are far beyond my pay grade. But maybe one day, and she stashes the boomerang. Maybe if the day comes that I'm a little sick of the water. Until then, though, I got a job to keep. She goes off to go back to helping unload the cargo.
You know what? I'm happy with this goodbye.
If you'd gotten that nat fucking 20, I would have just fucking killed her in an instant.
You should
Damn.
have stepped on the boat.
Why would you do that to me?
You should have just taken off the crystal. Jack would have helped you put it back on.
You're not wrong. If you did take out the crystal, yeah.
Yep.
I know now.
Oh my god.
Exhaustion, I unironically think exhaustion is the easiest condition to avoid, but the worst condition to deal with.
Yup.
Mhm.
Because there's literally no way to get rid of it besides lesser restoration or literally
Long
just
rest.
resting.
No, it's a greater restoration actually.
Oh, is it greater? Oh, fuck,
Yeah.
even
Am
worse.
I just
Yeah.
stuck with it forever now?
You're stuck with it until you get the next full, proper long rest.
Yeah.
So you
But if you don't get a proper rest, then it gets worse.
yeah.
Yep.
If you
And
hit
if you don't get a proper
away.
rest 5 times in a row, you just straight up fucking die.
yeah,
Yeah.
you die of exhaustion.
Yeah. Like
By the
lesser-
way, I think it's level 4 or 5. You just literally can't move. You're so tired that in combat you just can't move.
Yep. Yeah, like lesser only gets
I
rid of.
get that it's not healthy, but some people I know have done more than 3 all-nighters in a row. I don't think that...
I've done 4.
Were you physically unable to step?
No, I was still perfectly fine. It's just come the night of the 4th day. I think that was just the final day that I wasn't so fucking busy that my body finally went, okay, you stopped doing something. Go to bed.
See, I had one where I went a week, but I wasn't doing anything physical. I had just gotten out of surgery type of thing, but I just wasn't tired, and I couldn't fall asleep, so I was up for a week fucking straight.
Yeah. So
The
it wasn't like
longest someone lasted without sleeping is 11 consecutive days.
mm-hmm.
Yep.
At
I
some
slept for,
point, your body literally just fucking kills itself.
Yeah, I think
In
what I did by
D&D,
sleep
it
was
kills itself after 5 days, no matter who you are.
I mean, but that's also because technically in D&D, you're overexerting yourself fighting monsters and doing shit every single fucking day.
yeah.
I still find it funny that Warforged can die of exhaustion.
That is a little bit weird.
I say we go
Space
Oh.
internet.
Warforged
internet.
2.0.
fucking space internet. I say we go find an inn,
For a second.
we get some rooms, and then we go find that planetarium.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So, as you all get off of the hot dogs, Fanoa unfortunately losing the love of her life, forgetting about her literally 5 minutes later, just remembering that she has a boomerang to remember her by.
Second
well.
time that Finoa stopping sailing has lost her a significant other.
Yeah.
If they're not in my like direct line of sight, I will forget about them within like 10-15 minutes.
Yep.
Oh no.
Fucking goldfish over here.
Should I be worried?
No, because you text me, so it's fine. If I see messages from people, that's why I remembered you guys.
Damn.
I have alarms, so I don't forget like D&D.
Your phone's gonna break for a
Okay.
week, and you're gonna come back, and she's gonna have like another boyfriend already.
And I'm just gonna cry.
I'm too awkward for that. I don't know how I got one in the first place.
But as you guys get off the docks, there is an inn right on the dock itself, if you so desire to simply walk into that one. Or if you want to look at somewhere that is not so filled with noise to the absolute brim and more proper in space.
Let's go with that one. Yeah.
I
somehow-
need cheap, because I'm broke as fuck.
No,
My magic killed all my gold.
no, you're not broke as fuck.
Oh yeah, so we're looking for the planetarium the day after, right?
We're going to an inn for now to
And in
sleep.
for now, but like after, like
It
Well-
is morning right now, so you guys got the
Yeah.
day ahead of you.
Yeah, I
yeah.
assumed we'd just go get a room. Or could drop off her giant crystal.
okay, that works. Yeah. Anyway, while we're out for looking for the planetarium, I'm actually gonna look for someone. So, I might kind of stray off for a little bit.
Okay.
I can put up columns if you want, then.
Yes.
Yes.
That's a good idea.
And since, 2 hours.
Oof.
At least it's actually 2 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't got long, but you can go searching if you want. We'll let you know where the inn is.
Okay.
All right.
Alright. So, Farrell, give me either a perception check, if you're just glancing around and walking, or investigation if you are actively, like, trying to go through people and trying to see if you can find them.
You said perception or investigation?
Yep, your choice.
No. What?
We'll come back to that. So as you all go into town, splitting off slightly with Veril for the time being, eventually it'd be very easy for you all to find an inn for how grandiose and large this location is, and the sea of people all walking around. Just each of them are active in every which way, and you would see a mix of races, even ones that you don't normally see in this area. You would notice that there is the odd kobold and goblin just kind of walking around. However, when it comes to them, it very much seems like they're not citizens, if you catch my drift in that sense. It seems like they're very much being put to work, and while they're not mistreated by any means, they are very clearly hard at work. And eventually, after just a quick walk around and an easy search, you would find an inn that seems to be of a rather decent state. Nothing too grandiose or big, but a very much even price point. And if you were to go in to ask where the rooms are fairly standard, they're kind of like your standard motel level of room. It costs you about 5 silver per night.
Oh, okay, that's not terrible.
Yeah.
I will get a room for a night.
Anyone willing to?
We learned our lesson last time and are only going to be paying for one night each, right, guys?
Yeah. Anyone willing to pay for a night for me?
Are you that broke, Jack?
Yes.
I will, because you helped me with my giant crystal.
Thank
I
you,
also want
Fanoa.
to pay for Ash, because Ash also tried to help with Torpedo, and I appreciate it.
So, Okay.
Everyone else can get fucked.
I tried to help too.
Never.
I tried to help you get fucked.
So Fanoa, mark off 15 silver pieces, or 10 gold, 5 silver. And Volmer, you as well. I've already deducted it from Dalmar's.
Wait, don't you mean 1 gold, 5 silver?
Yeah, 1 gold, 5 silver.
You said 10 gold,
You
5
said
silver.
10.
Did I say 10? Fuck.
Yeah.
You were. I was about to do it without thinking.
Damn it. My bad. My bad.
I'd say those are expensive ass rooms.
What?
Right.
She got the presidential suite. What do you expect?
Wait, what if I don't have silver?
10, 10, 10.
Convert gold. One gold is 10 silver.
Mhm.
So just spend a gold and get 5 silver.
Yeah, literally just subtract a gold and do 5.
Make change.
Yeah, literally make change for yourself.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
But legitimately, Jack has 18 silver, 8 copper.
You could have paid for the room.
I need to buy food too.
But after you all kind of help Fanoa get through her door, because he literally has a second them attached to them.
We just like bend Noah down as much as possible and torpedo them into the room.
It's literally like moving a fucking desk, and it does take a good chunk of you since all your strengths are, I think no one has a positive in at this moment. Because Varel and Fanoa are the only ones with positive.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yep.
Volmer
We-
even has a negative, so even then.
We some weak motherfuckers.
Yep. Eventually, getting Fanoa stuffed into the room enough that they can cut the crystal off and just put it in the corner like some very overly expensive decorative stance.
That wouldn't
I'm
work.
gonna cast alarm in the room just in case.
Okay. Spell slot or ritual?
Ritual.
Double checking.
Do these doors lock?
These doors do lock, but I will say Jack and Dalmar, with their experience of locks, they are not the greatest locks.
Is there something we could do to make it harder to unlock the door?
You could possibly jam something in there previously, like break off a piece of metal or something and kind of like just jam it in there. That would also make it hard for you to open it later as well.
That's what I'm trying to think. Like,
Can the mage hand go through walls?
Not through, but you can pop it on the other side. I'm not kidding.
yeah,
Oh, let's
You don't
just
need
jam
to
the door
see
with
where
chair
it
then.
pops.
yeah. Just put a chair in front of the door then.
That's true. Yeah, you could do that. Yeah.
Lock it and do the chair just in case.
Yeah.
Can I
This-
put
I
my
have alarm
crystal in
up
front
just
of
in-
the door?
Not with mage hand.
I just mean like drag it.
Well, then how are you gonna open the door back
I was
up?
gonna
then?
say the problem there is that you
When I
have no
sleep,
way
I-
out.
I was thinking when I'm asleep. That's.
Oh, when
not
you're
my
asleep.
fault. That's-
Okay, okay.
yeah.
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
just dumb. My dog's been distracting because he's a good.
So there's an alarm there. There's a chair on the door, and it's locked.
Yep.
Okay, no one's stealing that crystal because everyone fucking saw. I was gonna say I was gonna minor illusion, constantly like change the look of the fucking crystal, but it's stationary, isn't it? Minor
Yeah, I
illusion.
believe minor illusion's a stationary one.
Yeah.
Double checking.
Wait.
Minor
Okay.
illusion.
I'm pretty sure it would just absorb the spell, wouldn't it? If you tried to cast a spell to change its look.
He means like he's wanting to make a cube around Fanoa that essentially made it look like it's just Fanoa with nothing else.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't say it's stationary. If you create an image of an object such as a chair,
Yeah.
muddy footprints, or a small chest, it must be no larger than a 5-foot cube. The image can't create sound, light, smell, or any other sensory effect. Physical interaction with the image reveals it to be an illusion because things can pass through it.
The only problem is that it doesn't say it can move, so I would have to say it is
Yeah.
stationary.
Okay. I was just gonna make it look like a log, was all.
But with you all acquiring the room, and Vero, after getting the notification that to meet at the inn in question, and you walking around, you see a massive amount of people just all around, spread. And there are occasionally times where you do see that bright blonde hair, and you think maybe that's them, but then they're too young, or maybe they're too old. You see the gentle face of a rather attractive girl, and it's like, but they don't have the gold hair, and other such descriptions. And while sometimes they meet one description or another, no one ever meets the exact description of the woman in question that you are looking for. Until eventually you... Are you gonna go back to the inn to meet with the party, or are you going to keep trying?
I'm gonna try again, and if that doesn't work, I'll just ask somebody if they can help. Can I do that?
Yeah. Go ahead and make me another perception check with disadvantage, because you're done this once. You're trying to do this again. So roll twice. We take the lower. 12. After getting the notification of where the inn is, you kind of start looking more focused and trying to see if you can find her again, but unfortunately, no dice. And eventually you kind of have to forcibly admit defeat and make your way towards the inn. Wherein the entire party gathering near the tail end of the second hour after amassing so many defensive measures for Finoa's crystal and getting yourselves rooms prepared. What is the plan?
So we need to ask around and try to find out where this place is at. My mind's blanking
Should
on
we
the
ask
word.
the innkeeper?
Doesn't hurt. And again, my mind's blanking on the word we're looking for.
Planetarium.
There we go. I was gonna say conservatory for some reason.
Does it work still?
Yeah.
But as whomever it is that walks up to the innkeeper asking for his location, you do see the man a bit gruff and a bit on the older side of age. Does nod and kind of goes, Planetarium? Yeah, you can find it just off Char Reach. Nothing much though. Pretty big building. Nothing much to it beyond that.
That's good. How about, do you know of any high-end jewelers or magic shops in the area?
You'll probably find that in the Troll Hall.
Is that anywhere near the planetarium?
It's a bit off. Maybe about a 20-30 minute walk, give or take.
Okay. Where are we at roughly? Just so I can get kind
You
of
guys
idea.
are... Give you a little bit. You guys are roughly at about... Oh, that was a disgusting little circle.
Okay. A little bit closer.
That was more small marking than a circle.
Yeah.
There we go.
Okay,
Still
so
slightly
we're
off. But you're around there, yeah.
up there. Okay.
Horse drag.
Yeah. And where's the planetarium?
Where he pointed out...
Up down there.
He pointed out... There. Horse
Okay,
pole.
so
Oh,
it's
wait. Horse pole.
almost on the way then.
It's a detour off.
Yeah. Well, I think we should make our way that way and saying this to the rest of the group. See what we can find. On the way, I might take a quick stop over to the Troll Hall area, just to see if might be able to sell one of these crystals. I'm broke, really broke.
I'm gonna keep an eye out for a church or something while we're moving. Like anywhere that could remove the curse, just to see the I want to get a price check on it.
Okay.
Am I allowed to? Oh wait, sorry. Keep going.
I'll go for it. Farrell, go for it.
Can I? Am I still allowed to try and look for the lady on the way?
Yeah, if you want. So, give me a perception check, Farrell. Volmer, give me an investigation check. I believe that's it, because I believe the rest of you are just kind of walking along.
The funny thing is, Volmer could cure himself if he had the spell.
Good, possibly.
Wait, if I had what?
If you had Dispel Curse.
Or we have remove curse.
Remove Curse, sorry. Remove Curse. Yeah. Oh yeah, both you got 15s. So, you travel along the way.
I did not know that was a wizard thing.
Yeah, I'm not entirely positive as to why it's a wizard thing, but it is a wizard thing.
It's a warlock thing too.
I thought
In
curses were
case
just...
they accidentally curse themselves.
Warlock
Yeah, but
makes some
curses are-
sense.
Yeah, that
Because-
makes some, but it feels like a lot more like a divinity thing.
But like some warlock pacts are divinity or divine.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. For a warlock, it kind of makes sense, but for a wizard, it always felt a little weird.
I mean, there is a sense of arcana creating the curses, so research into how to removing said arcana.
Yeah,
Just
I
it's
guess
kind of like a
there's
dispel magic type thing.
Yeah, I guess it kind of like a mingle of the two. Yeah, I
Yeah.
guess.
Anyways,
Honestly, I feel like dispel magic would dispel curses too in that case.
No, because again, that curse is very specifically something else. But regardless, the travel through the city is punctuated by several people walking by and all sorts of these call-outs going on from one to another, these conversations all going on here and there. And you do see that there are some people that are very much in a rush, and some people who are very much in a leisure time for their day. And along the way, Volmer, you would notice that there really isn't any sort of religious factor here. That when it comes to religion, a lot of the people seem to very much not go against it, but just not put faith in it. As you know, over at Boris Land, who very much are not of the religious sort.
Yeah, now that I think about it, we're never gonna find a church. Haven't like the gods left the land and like abandoned the people? Like I can't imagine churches being very commonplace anymore.
not here. Not in Borisland. But in Bisalok it is.
Getting shit confused then, I bet.
Yeah, Bisalok has more of a religious following. Borisland is the Wild Wild West.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
And then Laya is literally Africa.
Yeah.
I bust the reins down in Lila.
Why does that work? I hate it.
So what I'm getting is there's no vampires in there. Oh shit.
Oh,
Okay.
oh god, I think that was a stupid ass meme I saw at some point. It was like, I know why there's no vampires in Africa. Why? Because I blessed the rains down in there. Slap.
Yep.
Why are you slapping him? That means he deserves a reward. He did the world a service.
Shitty ass pun. Fuck off. As you are making your way down, are you diverting over for the troll hall, or are you just going straight to the planetarium?
I'm gonna divert and let everyone else go to the planetarium, and I'll meet up with them.
Do we want to let Jack go to a store on his own again?
Y'all don't know what happened last time.
That's actually true. No one does know what happened last time.
Yeah. Fuck y'all.
the rest of you heading over towards the building marked as the Planetarium. You would approach to see a rather tall building. It's not really that large, all things considered, when it comes to buildings. But you do see that it is made of fine stone and seems to be recently constructed for what it's worth compared to a lot of the other buildings around. And one thing of note that all of you'd be able to notice very easily is the fact that not many people are paying attention to it. For something that, or at least according to Jack, this is a place that is probably the only one of its kind here on Borisland. No one seems really paying it mind, and in fact are kind of partially avoiding it to some extent. Where you do see the odd eye drift over to it and then kind of like wave it off and just keep on going. But you would also see that the roofing, there is a minor wall that you can see is split in half. It definitely looks like it's on some railing of sorts that would open up in some way, shape, or form. More than likely to observe the night sky.
Well, Volmer, go ask about your star chart.
I guess I should. Wait, didn't we give that to Jack? I forget.
I believe
Pretty sure you
Jack
have
has
it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Jack has the printed one, but you obviously have your scabbard.
Yeah. But, like, it's... Can you imagine, hey, can I look at a star chart? It's on the sword scabbard. Figure it out.
I figured, because we made it with prestidigitation, I figured we probably would have made a copy of it in each.
Yeah, I could probably make a copy real quick.
Alright. So.
Yeah.
I would also say that since you guys did know you were one day out, probably would have made at least another copy of it for both of you to have at hand. And as you walk into the planetarium in question, you would come into a singular room with a spiral staircase that goes up to the top, where you can easily see that the top floor, the ceiling, is etched with stars in it of itself. And several of them seem to have these artistic designs all wrapped around them to some extent. And as you enter inside and you close the door, that clicks with a bit of a loud thud just from the weight of it and the quality of it all. You hear the footsteps up top on the second floor, where you start to see one man starting to kind of walk down the spiraling staircase. Seems to be in his late 70s, starting to really get that gray hair in. Good question to ask. But as you contemplate that, you watch as the rather old man comes his way down, and as he kind of gives you all a glance, and he goes, "Well, I haven't had guests in quite a bit. I dare ask, what brings you to our humble planetarium?"
We were looking to see the origin of a star chart.
Oh,
And, pull the piece of paper out from the bag and, show it to him. Specifically this one.
as you kind of present it to him, you see him kind of pull out from his pocket these reading glasses that look thick as all hell.
Farnsworth?
They're like barrels. You could see into the damn future with them.
I will need... Give me a few moments here. And you watch him kind of with the paper kind of goes off towards one of the bookshelves where you see several scrolls all just lined in there. And so you kind of start picking through a couple of them, kind of pulls one out, glances at it, pushes it back in. And he does so repeatedly several times over before he kind of pulls one out in particular. And you watch him as he kind of puts it on a small desk counter and just kind of spreads it out. And you see him kind of going through, looking at it, focusing on it. I don't have anything in particular that matches up to what the star chart seems to be, but... And he kind of waves you over to come take a look. This is the closest example that I can come to. It is not quite identical in match, though. You see these, and he points to about 4 different stars on the chart that you presented. These are not in the correct position, per se. If I may ask of you to return later tonight, perhaps we can work on actually staring at our visage and working to discover where did you find this chart?
I'm an explorer by trade, so it was something I found an old dungeon not too long ago.
A relic. Oh, more interesting. If you may, return tonight. Oh, perhaps we'll put this planetarium on the map after all.
Former's gonna smile and give like a small respectful bow.
Oh, no,
Thank you.
no need. No. Uh, would you like some tea? Perhaps stay a while? Or do you have business elsewhere?
I'd love some tea.
So would I. You seem like a nice fella to talk to.
Stay a while.
Stay a while and listen.
He kind of nods lightly and he goes off to where there seems to be a small little desk with a small number of stones and a tea kettle. We do watch him just kind of pull out of a little cabinet these little tea bags, just kind of puts in the kettle, pulls one of the stones. He saw, and he starts just tripping it over the tea kettle, and just water starts trickling out of the stone into the kettle itself.
That's
Until
handy.
eventually he stops, pulls out a second stone, goes, he saw. And he watches this stone start to turn red hot and ignite, and he just drops into the kettle before covering it.
I want that.
Ashrin might need to get that for her friend.
As he begins to kind of make his way back to you all, you do watch him as he kind of gestures over to a table off to the side with a couple of chairs just kind of lined up. You know, may I ask all of you your names?
I'm Ashrin. What is your name?
Lure. Lure is my name.
Wilmir Everfall.
Kind of looks at Finoa and Dalmar. Dalmar kind of just, name's Dalmar. Kind fellow.
Would Dalmar
I'm
give his
Noah.
name up though?
It's an elderly man. Dalmar has respect for the elderly. As far as I know, he hasn't slit an elderly's throat yet.
He hasn't killed any old
Yet.
people, it's fine.
Remember, Dalmar's person playing evil is like a pissed off Boy Scout.
Yeah? Yeah?
This is accurate.
Yeah?
That's what our old DM
No.
called him.
May I ask, what is it that brought you here? I understand you have the star chart and all, but we are very little and known. He gestures kind of to the room. It's only me and one other that take care of this building, and, well, you can tell we are not anything special at the end of the day.
A friend of mine actually told me about the planetarium here. Figured it might be a good place to find a lead.
Well, hopefully then your friend can aid us and possibly branching out a little bit. Funding is tight after all. And as he kind of keeps up that little minor conversation with you all, as Jack, making your way towards the troll hall, it's almost instant as to why this place is called the troll hall. Within just arriving into the sector, you immediately notice the mess of adventurers that are just in and out of that area. Whether you're ranging from half-orcs, full-orcs, Goliaths, Tabaxi, all of them are hanging around in that area. And all the shopkeepers, all of the shops in general, even the inns, all show the very extent of vastness that this place is specifically meant to be the arrival of the adventurers or their stay place. At least those looking for very specific adventurous desires.
Okay. So, there's no higher class people here, to say the least, really.
Not as far as you can tell. And if there's any higher class, they're very evidently wearing either wizard's or sorcerer's robe in some way, shape, or form.
Okay. Just making sure I don't need to put on airs and stuff like that.
No, and even then, you can even tell that a lot of the people here are very much like, we all are aware of what we are. Title doesn't fucking matter here.
Okay.
Especially when you can see kind of about 2 blocks off of you, there's a couple people currently in a heated argument that look like they're about to get into swings.
Get to that in a second. On my way, like, walking over, could I have asked around a little bit and asked if there's any higher-end nobles districts and stuff like that might have gem shops, jewelry shops, or magic shops?
Give me persuade, or give me just a charisma check. Just straight charisma.
Straight charisma.
13.
I would have changed up to be the more purple and gold outfit.
They wouldn't shrug you off so much as with you being in that area and asking for this. There's a lot of acknowledgement saying that, whoa, you were sent here for a reason, weren't you? It's like, I'm pretty sure they don't want you over there if you're sent this way. I mean, the Oak Bridge is home to some people of a higher end. Not that we're ever allowed in there.
Okay, so Oak Ridge is more of the higher
end. Cloud Top District.
You're right. Yeah, that was me. I was going to ask people before I got to Troll Hall to see what type of area I was going to be in.
Yeah, no.
Okay,
but even then, they would express that there really isn't any rich nobility here. Nobility basically just means you own some of the land.
Yeah.
This place is not one for anything higher end. You ain't got your representatives, you ain't got your kings or lords or ladies. You basically just got the people who own a sector, and that's pretty much it.
Okay, just wanted to make sure before. You guys shop around a little bit, I mean. Okay, so, before I hit Troll Hall, go back to my normal outfit, and those people about ready to start fighting. I'm going to sit and wait and watch.
You kind of just sit and you watch as the two of them seem to be arguing about which job they should take. Say we should go for the escort. It's easy money. It's money that we can make by killing off this monster. And it's just as easy, if not faster. If you want to lose a limb, that's on you. I'd rather take the easy route. And you sort of watch the both of them kind of getting heated. And what semblance of each of the party kind of like trying to calm each other down before eventually the larger gruff one, who seems to be of a half-orc nature, and the Tabaxi, and you watch as he takes the swing directly at him before you start to see a minor crowd start to kind of form around, almost like this is just an everyday event that happens here. And you start hearing cheers and bets going on of, my money's on the furball, my money's on muscles. And ever so slightly just kind of each calling out their bets.
I would call out 10 silver on the big one.
Hey, I'll match your gold on the furball. How's that sound?
I got 10 silver. That's about all I got. Well, that is gold. Out of game. Fuck.
Yeah, it is a gold.
Okay. I'll take it. Gotta have a little fun with this.
As you are watching things go down one crack after another, and eventually you do hear the sound of a whistle go off around you, and no one even moves an inch to the sound of this whistle. But you watch as about 6 guards come running up, weapons now drawn, just ready to kind of pull these 2 people apart from starting trouble. And as you kind of watch as they do their best to pull the half-orc off of the tabaxi, as you just see them both get restrained for a moment, each just kind of going up against each other. Go ahead and give me an insight check real quick.
God, I'm rolling like shit
And
today.
you watch as the both of them kind of like both beaten and bruised. You see the man next to you kind of goes like, "I'd say your pal gotta beat up a little bit more than that," and he holds out his hand.
Fight's not over.
The finish is over. Guards are here. They'll get a scolding, but they'll be back at it by nightfall.
I'm just gonna look him dead in the eye and walk off. No. Fight was interrupted mid-fight.
And you do hear him chuckle, like, very much like typical, and just walks off himself.
Trying to fleece me. I'm gonna say that as I'm walking away. I'm gonna head off to one of these shops.
You said you were going for a jeweler?
I want to go with the magic item shop first.
Okay. And walking into that magic item shop, you do see there's more people inside, but it's about a 2-story. The first story being the one holding more of the items in store, while the second one is more of a balcony-esque design, where you can see on the back of the wall there are glass casings of very intricate and what you can imagine far more exotic items of sorts.
Okay.
And you do see that there's about 7 or so kobolds just kind of running around in the building itself that are making sure that everything is tidy and okay. They're handling people here and there. And there is one main man who is at the very far end, at the back of a counter, seemingly ringing people out or conversing with them over things here and there. Seems to be of a older variety man, but he has this nature to him that just walking in, you can't help but feel that this visage of a middle-aged man is not correct for whatever reason.
It's one of those times where I gotta see if... Alright, so as Jack comes in, he's gonna actually swap over to his red and gold with the family crest on and stuff and head up to the man who's running the front desk, you said?
Yep.
Hello, good sir. How are you today?
After handling with the current customer at hand, he kind of smiles and goes, "Oh, good day for you then. I take it you're new to town. I know every face that comes through here."
Ah, yes, I haven't made my way to this side of the continent yet, and it's been interesting so far. Saw a fight
sure
just
it
down the
is.
street. That was kind of fun.
Those happen every other hour. Just wait, and you'll see another one. So tell me, what you got for today? Are we selling or are we buying?
I have something that I'm hoping he might be interested in buying. And can I tell, does this dude have like an illusion on or something?
Make an investigation check. 16. I would say that you do notice that he does have some sort of illusion on him. You can the only reason you can really tell is just there's some nature to him that feels naturally unnatural is the best way I can put it. But seeing through that illusion, not happening.
Okay. And so I'm gonna reach into the bag. I'm gonna pull out one of the just normal, smaller end crystals I have.
Okay.
I came across one of these. And I'm wondering if you know what this is. I'll set it on the counter.
And you watch this, he just kind of like looks at it focused.
I'm
And
just
in
gonna
that
be
focus-
staring at him. Make sure.
Yeah, he's literally just staring at it.
Well, no, I'm staring at him, trying to read him to see if he like
Oh.
actually knows what it is and trying to like fuck me type of thing.
You watch as he kind of like stares at it for a good while, maybe about 10 or so seconds, before he looks at you with an intrigued eye and kind of goes, "Well, this ain't a crystal I've ever seen before. Seems to have some sort of special property to it. Almost like I got this luminescence to it. It's rare. Let's give you that."
Mm-hmm. Do you know
Oh.
how rare though?
Huh. I mean, you'll probably find it in deep in some caves here and there. Luminescence in crystals is not the oddest thing in the world. It's just hard to find.
This is more than just a luminescent crystal. Let's just say.
Oh, do tell.
I'm guessing you yourself are a practitioner of the magical arts.
What would give that away? As he just gestures to the shop.
I mean, I'll just kind of gesture to him and whisper
I
real low.
don't attempt to hide the fact that I'm magical. I attempt to hide other things.
One businessman to another, you may want to work on the illusion a little bit more.
Actually, in fact, I like people knowing. Gives me
Okay.
that air of je ne sais quoi.
Fair enough. Fair enough. A little bit of mystery adds to the flavor of a shop. I will not deny that.
Draw intrigue somehow. So, about the crystals. What exactly are we talking about here?
Try and identify it if you can.
And you watch as he places a hand gently on it. And with a momentary pause, pulls his hand back and just goes, Well then, at least you are a forthright fellow. Not many are willing to do that before trying to scam me out of my gold.
I am one to not scam a honest businessman. That's not
Fair play.
how my family operates.
Seems like you're trying to seed a little bit there. But, let's just say, I've already bitten enough. The Catspell are legendary crystals. Long lost ages of time. I've only ever seen one in my life. And that was quite some time ago. The fact that you found some, pray tell, where did you? Of course, adventurers always keep their secrets. Gotta make their money somehow.
Exactly.
I'm more than willing to buy this crystal off of you for 150 gold pieces. Simple and easy.
Would I have an idea of if that's a reasonable price for something this old and this rare?
Intelligence or history? Your choice.
I'm gonna go with history.
18. It's a mixed bag. Mostly just because these crystals, since they have the information on them has been long since been lost to the ages. There's some people who underestimate it, there's some people who overestimate it, and there are those who just don't fully comprehend the use of them. Or there's others who just think way too narrowly minded. They think, oh, it's just a crystal, it's a magical crystal. Simple and easy. They don't find the value in there. So it all depends on the person's perspective. For the size of crystal that you can have out there, roughly a 200 gold piece price would probably be fitting, depending on averages and whoever has a creative mind to find value in it.
150. You say you've only seen one of these in your lifetime. How old are you, if you don't mind me asking?
Old enough to be a silver fox.
Well, if that's the case and you've only ever seen one, they are extremely rare, and I know how far back these go. And how little information there are about this. How about 250?
Make a persuasion check. One. Oh, you drive a hard bargain. But you're right on how rare these are. I merely don't want to scam you out of something that may or may not be worthwhile in the end. After all, arcane types like us, it depends on the creative mind on whether or not this is worth it.
This is true.
And given you're selling it off to me, you either have spares, or you haven't the slightest of ideas what to do with it.
I don't know what to do with it right now. I need the money. We just came over from Rear Vape, and passage wasn't cheap.
A lot of things aren't these days. It's quite annoying.
Very much so.
He pulls from beneath the counter. You watch as he holds there for a couple seconds before he pulls out a pouch. 250 then.
Deal. And I'll take the money, push the crystal over, and put up my hand to shake his hand.
He shakes yours as well. And one thing you note when shaking his hand is the hand doesn't feel very smooth. It feels a lot rougher. Not like scale, but it definitely has this odd texture to it.
Like, sounds weird, but Jack being a purveyor of bodies.
Oh God.
Jack, I hate you.
I know. The moment I thought it, I was just like, well, here we go. Any idea what creature that might be?
Nature or...
History as in Jack's own sexual history?
Actually, yes.
Fuck yeah.
I think if I should go with just straight intelligence or history, but yeah, no.
This is why I love this game. That right there.
It's ridiculous. I love it. You experienced this once before. Vero, actually, ironically enough. You've experienced this once before, but it was a one-off moment with a woman who seemed normal, but she always expressed herself as being unique in some way. And one of those ways was the feel of her skin, and other feelings. She never came out to say what it was that made her that way, but you do know that it is rare, and it's not normal, so to speak, if that makes a lick of sense in that way.
Okay. So not an actual race, just kind of a mutation.
Seems like it, yes.
Okay, good to know. Good to know.
Okay.
Jack's own history.
Well then, would you like to look into purchase something with your newfound funds, or will you be departing to find more goodies of sorts?
That one I sold him, like, you said I got, what, 30 pounds, or was it 20 pounds?
You got 20 pounds worth. I would say that probably would have been a pound and a half or 2 pounds.
Per?
Around there.
Okay, so that's... math I can't do.
Let's do 18 pounds. It's 20 minus 2. I even saw Ashwin drop her sewing to be like, it's 20 minus 2.
What? You said £1.50 per, right?
I said a pound and a half to 2 pounds. It varies
Okay.
in between. Yeah.
So
Yeah,
just
that's.
do 2 pounds. So
Yeah, just do
20
2.
minus 2.
I was doing it £1.50.
Even then, that's 18 and a half.
I'm fucking. Anyways.
Christ.
Anyways. Um. Oh God. What do you have here at this place?
Well, I can give you a rundown, but I'll have one of my assistants do it for you. And he gives us a light whistle where you see one of the kobolds, not finely dressed, but it does seemingly wearing more common clothing than a kobold just running around, not really wearing all that much.
The kobolds are wearing little butler uniforms.
Not that far. Not that far.
That'd be
Okay,
awesome.
why does everyone depict kobolds as like these cute little things? They're fucking gremlins.
They are gremlins.
They are gremlins.
My child's a gremlin, but he's pretty cute.
They can be cute gremlins. They can very much be a cute gremlin. For fuck's sake, there's so many people going on. I don't know why it happened, but there's a trend going on about goblins now being thick as hell, and I'm like, why is this a thing?
Oh, I remember someone made a joke about that.
Yeah,
and
I've seen the pictures,
skyrocketed.
man. They're weird.
It's
Why
skyrocketed.
have you seen the pictures, Ashrin?
Because I am on the internet.
Same here.
Yeah.
It's come up in my feed, and I'm just like, why? Why is this a thing?
Veryl, Fen, I'm gonna send a picture of a kobold in general chat so you can see what one looks like.
They're just baby dragons on bipedal.
They're like small dragonborn, basically. Like a mix
Yeah.
of dragonborn and goblins.
Yeah, pretty much.
I want to give it a hug.
So, before the guy leaves, I'm just gonna say, fuck it. You want to buy the rest of them, and I'm gonna put out the rest of them.
You just dropped the whole fucking pile there?
The ones I took out, I'm gonna keep the ones I found from the cavern to myself, or from the scientist myself. But yeah, the rest of them.
As
Yeah.
you just kind of pour them all out onto there, you do see them. And you can see the glimmer in the eyes just go off.
Just big ol' shit-eating grin.
Yeah.
I like you.
Like he already expressed the, I've only ever seen these once before, and then you just dump a whole fucking package of them.
Mm-hmm.
Now you had my interest before. Now you have my heart.
Just what I like to hear.
After amounting a lot of analyzing, just looking through them, after about 10 minutes or so of him just kind of going through all this, you hear him just kind of go, for something like this, I dare say I can make quite the project. Do a lot of tests. For you, and if I can become your dedicated source for these crystals, funding for them, I mean.
Okay.
What do you say? 5,000. We come to an agreement.
5,000, and any more I find come straight to you.
Indeed. I'll still pay, of course, but I want to work on some things now that I have all this material to work with.
I am allowed to keep some for myself, for my own experiments, yes?
And keep some of what? And he winks at you.
Okay. Deal.
Shakes your hand nice and tight before he departs for a few moments and comes back with a small box. And he just places on the counter. Jack's got his payday.
Jack went
Holy
from...
fuck.
Yeah, that's why...
How much did you make?
5,000.
But he just made, what,
5,250.
5,250 gold?
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
He went from the brokest motherfucker
Yes.
to the richest guy in the party.
Yes.
Yeah, you guys should have
Yeah.
grabbed some more crystals.
I have
We
a
didn't have
giant one, but
time.
I'm using that for something.
That is the thing too. Is
Holy crap! How much would that big one sell for?
yeah, that's the
What
thing.
couldn't-
Is
what
these
if
are all
I could
singular
sell 'em?
pieces. So, just like with an ingot, there's only so much you can make with a piece of metal. Imagine what you can make with a whole chunk of metal.
Yeah, you could probably easily sell that for 30K maybe, depending on.
Oh my god.
Because if it can hold higher level spell slots, the bigger it is.
Yeah, none of you identified that giant ass crystal, by
Yeah.
the way. So you don't
I
know.
did.
Not the big one.
No, not the big one.
Yeah, not the new
You know
one
the
she just
small
got.
ones can only hold up to second levels.
Oh,
You
shit,
never
I gotta do
identified the
that
big ass
later.
one.
Yeah, which I still have the original one I got from there and the ones from the seller.
Mm-hmm.
Which. Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually. Because I'm never going to use it.
And I'm suffering in brokenness because I was nowhere near strong enough to grab one on my own, and I already know that.
I'm going to sift through my bag, pull out and one more, and go, here's another for 250. Just keep pulling them out.
All right.
So now I'm down to the flat, just the ones
The
from
flasks,
the
yeah.
scientist. Cause,
Yep.
So 5,500.
Yep. Jack, now pocketing 5,500 gold pieces.
Holy shit.
What are you even gonna spend it on?
A bag of holding
Booze
for
and
one.
sex.
Jack doesn't need to pay for that.
I think Ash's option is most likely.
Jack doesn't need to pay for that.
Maybe it's not for him.
Yeah, paid to get Volmer laid.
He's gonna treat the party.
If I try to go to sleep one night and I find someone in my room, I am stabbing them. Warning you now.
Like,
What?
Mikey wants to say goodnight, so I bring him in.
Oh my god, okay. So...
Okay, so this one, since you have money galore, I'm just gonna send you a literal screenshot of the fucking list of all the shit this guy has.
That works, and I can deal with it later soon.
In case you want to purchase anything from this dude.
Yeah.
You're probably gonna have to zoom in for this because it's a fuck ton.
Okay.
This dude's shop is actually stocked.
I've never been able to actually play a character who is about making business deals, and this is fun.
I don't have the confidence to play a character like that because I don't know how to like negotiate prices.
Have fun zooming in on that fucker.
Oh my god.
Yeah, he's got a lot.
I'm gonna have to open original on that after shit's done.
Yep, open original and zoom in
He
on
has
that
a
bitch.
fucking robe of the Archmagi?
He has a robe of the Archmagi in his shop.
Oh god, that's like... Zooming in doesn't work. Nope.
Oh, does zoom in not work?
It's
No.
not high enough quality, then it's just blurry.
Ah, fuck. Okay, hang on. Let me try to see if I can get that better then.
The only thing I can make up is like the robe and the ring of
Is it-
fire elemental command.
There's a staff
Focus.
of something or other, or...
Stop it, Frost.
Staff of Flames or Staff of Frost, one of the two.
Alright, here. I'm gonna send
There's a
them in
Cloak of
separate ones then.
Invisibility in there.
I'm gonna send them as separate pieces then.
Yeah.
Scroll of Void Barrier, Potion of Supreme Healing, Potion of Superior Healing.
9 lives.
lives something rapier, fully
Stealer
charged.
rapier. Fully, oh fuck. Ionstone of Sustenance? What?
Hey, you should get some potions. So we don't die.
I got healing spells.
There you go. What is everything this guy's got in his shop right now. You also now know what the fuck is in the back over there in the casings.
Yeah! As I get
Since you're-
probably left around and, you know, a nice tour of the place. I will have to go over what the fuck any of that shit does. Does he not have
Yeah.
bags of holding?
He does not have bag of holding, if I remember correctly. Yeah. Ironically enough, of all things he does not have a bag of holding.
It's like the most generic magic item, though.
It is, and it seems like this guy's not about generic magic items.
Fair
I'm
enough.
up on the fucking robe of the Archmagi. Like, that thing's fucking busted.
It is.
Yeah, which is also gonna be like fucking 50,000 gold plus.
He's obviously showing it to you because he's like, when you come back with more crystals, maybe you can buy this one.
Right, exactly. Get the money back into the shop.
That's like a Volmir dream endgame item for me.
Yeah, like I saw the orange and I'm like, oh fuck. Like
But-
that cloak of invisibility, I know I want.
Real quick.
One sec, I'm checking what the robe of the Archmagi actually does again.
Real quick. We'll work out your shopping list.
Yeah, I'll deal with that
After.
later.
Whether you've bought stuff or not, are you going to meet the party at the Planetarium, or are you going to wait for something?
When I'm done, I'm gonna be heading to the Planetarium.
Okay. So, as you all meet at the Planetarium, where the lovely elderly man is currently kind of just conversing y'all's ears off in that moment. With Jack coming in, maybe carrying 30 bags worth of materials and new things. We'll end the session there, while Jack now has a fucking shopping list to go through.
God, I just double checked what the robe does. I really want that thing. It gives
It's
you like
ridiculous.
a 15 plus Dex AC, plus advantage on saving throws against spells and other magical effects.
Yeah.
Plus, your spell
That
save
is-
DC increases
That
by
is
2.
that is a wizard's dream.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know. Like,
God, could you imagine Volmir with that though? Because that would give me like with Blade Song if I increase Dex by 1, get Blade Song, that gives me a 25 AC.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus.
why it's endgame shit.
Yep.
Oh my god.
Regardless, very nicely done all, and even though Space Internet gave us some issues here and there,
Oh yeah, great.
and we're missing a Dalmar, nonetheless, and Veril unfortunately never found their love of their life. And Finoa lost hers.
If I can't have mine, you can't have yours.
Oh my god.
I killed them.
Uh.
They're under the floorboard.
Oh my god. It's Edgar Allan Poe shit up in here.
Ben, no.
Oh man.
Finoa's gonna find someone new. She's gonna fall in love with him in like a day. Don't worry.
Oh, absolutely she is.
Yeah, I'm gonna forget by like next week that she's gone.
I can't wait. I can't wait for Volmer to put up a torpedo meme, and you can just be like, "Who the fuck's torpedo?"